Welcome to another episode of The Brand Called You, a podcast and podcast show that brings you leadership lessons, knowledge, experience, and wisdom from thousands of successful individuals from around the world. I'm your host, Ashutosh Garg, and today I'm delighted to welcome a very young sustainability entrepreneur from Toulouse, France, Amory Csiky Alvarez. Amory, welcome to the show.
Hello, friends. Hello, friends. Thank you very much for having me.
Thank you.
This
Thank
is
you.
going to be an
Amory is an
amazing
18
episode.
Thank you. Amory is an 18-year-old founder of Forest Delivery, which is turning tree planting into sales. So, Amory, you're very, very young. What was the inspiration for you to start your journey in sustainability and entrepreneurship?
Yeah, it's true. I am young, but my interests are very different from
Absolutely.
most people. So probably what inspired me was going not to a normal school by the educational system. I
Mhm.
went to a Steiner school, Waldorf Steiner school. So I was playing in the forest,
Mhm.
having fires, cooking my own meals, etc. So since a young age, I was, let's say, in nature. I chose a very nice
Yeah.
background,
Mhm.
right?
Mhm. It is beautiful. Yeah.
But I saw that often sustainability initiatives are not sustainable themselves in the financial terms. Like they're all asking for money, please, this is for good cause. And
Mhm.
obviously that works to an extent. But if we want to make the sustainability sustainable, you
Mhm.
have to have a recurring income coming in, and you
Mhm.
have to have an equal exchange between the two parties, the ones financing it and the ones planting the trees, for example.
Right. Right.
So that's where I saw that if we would plant one tree for every product sold, especially in fashion,
Mhm.
we would change the world, literally, like create jobs, purify the air.
Mhm.
Even for the business, people would actually perceive them as a responsible company compared
Mhm.
to CSR or other stuff.
Mhm.
That's what I think.
Mhm. Amazing. And was there a pivotal moment or an event that shifted your perspective on the fashion industry's environmental impact?
Hmm. Yeah, there is some big images. I mean, I don't like how the news only talks about the bad stuff, even though that's what they mainly do.
Mm,
But we know we need to change stuff around. We
mm,
cannot only consume, take from nature without giving back. It has to be an equal exchange between nature and humans. And that realization started to make me think about solutions. Yeah.
mm. Wonderful. And what values drive you every day, especially when you face resistance or slow change?
Yeah, I like that question. Now, obviously, I turned 19 this month, but
Mm,
I really like this philosophy, especially because I have a team of two, me
mhm,
plus we are a trio, sacrificing myself for the greater good. It seems huge, but I don't know, that's something that motivates me and a philosophy
mm,
that
mm,
helps me build something greater. Yeah.
mm. That's amazing. So let's not, Emery, talk about forest delivery, where you are turning tree planting into sales. Tell me the story behind the name Forest Delivery and how did the idea to link fashion sales with tree planting come about?
Forest delivery, the name.
Mhm.
The name comes from delivering forests.
Mhm.
Delivering forests. That's what I want to do. I want to regenerate ecosystems. I want
Mhm.
to help create jobs for people, purify the air.
Mhm.
And delivery, delivering forests and forest delivery. So it's just a simple link. Honestly, I haven't the biggest philosophy behind that name. I just had
Mhm.
to find
Mhm.
a name and advance quick,
Yeah.
but and yeah, what we do is I'm at the beginning of the startup. So for those listening, this is stage
Mhm.
one. I need to get the finances, go to Australia, get the money, all of that, and we're gonna put all the technology together. And we want to help fashion brands
Mhm.
selling clothes, baby clothes, t-shirts,
Mhm.
plant one tree for every product sold.
Wow. Mhm.
Often brands currently they see sustainability and they all know they need to adapt to sustainability. They hear great stuff like, oh, people will associate more emotionally to us. They will pay more for stuff when we're sustainable.
Mm.
But what they do, these brands, is that they invest into CSR and complex certifications,
Mm.
which are obviously important, but as consumers, we don't relate to those. We don't have the time to read the long reports. Most complex certifications, they're very distant from home. But if you plant one tree for every product sold, and imagine you're a parent buying clothes and you buy a product that plants a tree in the name of your child.
Mm.
First of all, that's real impact when you look at the how much carbon the product produces and how much the tree absorbs.
Mhm.
Is becoming a positive, a net positive, not only
Yeah.
neutral but net positive.
Yeah. Yeah.
Plus, the brands they actually have people that connect with them. So that's
Mm.
the philosophy behind them, behind it.
Very interesting. Very interesting. And
Thanks.
tell me, how will your business model work from tree planting logistics to brand partnerships?
So funny story is that so since a while I've been outreaching to brands, etc. And you know, because I don't yet have the sales experience, I've been learning while doing. And I realized, well, yeah, I'm trying to close these brands, but I don't even have the product.
Mm-hmm.
So I got to get my priorities right,
Mm.
and I'm going to go with two friends to Australia
Mm.
and bootstrap the money myself, bootstrap so we can finance the product.
Okay.
But how it would work, so we are the middlemen between the e-commerce brands and the tree planting partners. We create the technology that facilitates for the brands so that they can see where the trees have been planted, how many trees have been planted, what the impact they made, and so that we automatically connect with the tree planters. And
Mm.
we take a commission in between those two because we have
Mm.
to become sustainable
Yeah.
ourselves in terms
Yeah.
of financing. Yeah. Does
Very
that
good.
reply to your question?
Absolutely. It does. It does. But the fact that you have thought through all this, how will you ensure traceability and transparency when it comes to
Very important.
reforestation?
Very, very important, right? Because if we just plant trees but don't know what happened or traceable, they're like, why? It doesn't matter. Doesn't
Mm.
matter.
Mm.
So what we'll do is we make sure to partner with the right reforestation
Mm.
organizations. Yeah. Uh, if they don't have the criteria we'll be looking for regarding traceability, nurturing the trees so that they become independent,
Mm.
we're not going to work with them because impact only matters if it lasts.
Mm. Mm.
That's
Very
that's
interesting. Very interesting. How do you approach fashion brands? You must have started talking to them. What has been their initial response when you approach them to plant a tree for every product sold?
And they said, "Well, you don't have the product yet." So, but the way this is an interesting way I've been approaching it, trying to approach it, and
Mm.
you probably have some intake in this as well. Personal branding,
Mm.
creating a presence online,
Yeah.
social media, YouTube, etc.
Mm.
That I feel like we may outreach on cold outreaching, people who don't know us,
Mhm.
and then they will do some researches on us and
Mm.
they'll find either our websites, our social media, etc. And that will build the trust in order to for them to book the call then.
Mm.
So because often we just send emails, but they will look up and they'll not find enough information. But if the information online about us is value driven, trying to help the companies explain this is how we would do it for you,
Mm.
well, then they'll be like, okay, this may be interesting more
Mm.
than just book a call, please.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. So tell me, I'm trying to understand your model a little better. You go to a
Yes.
brand XYZ and they agree to partnering with you to say, okay, we will do 5,000 trees. What happens next? You go to some tree planting company, and
So yeah, great
because
question.
somewhere in,
Tell
in,
me.
in between you said that if a parent goes and wants to buy a garment, then it'll be fantastic to have the name of the child associated with a tree.
Hmm.
So how have you envisaged this whole process to work?
Okay, this is how technically we want to make it function.
Mm.
The brand, either through us, gets to know the product, or on a Shopify app store,
Yeah.
like a plugin,
Mm.
installs it and links it to the products they want to plant a tree with.
Mm-hmm.
Now, when a customer makes a purchase on that product, with that product, there will automatically be a certain percentage of that money deducted
Mm-hmm.
and sent to forest delivery and the tree planting partner.
Mm-hmm.
Then the customer who bought that, obviously they don't have to do all of the transition of the money, they will get a digital certificate saying, congratulations, you've planted one tree thanks to
Mm-hmm.
your order. This is with who, where, and their name and order number, etc.
Okay. Okay. I hope it works well because it's a great idea.
Thanks, man.
Um,
Thank you very much.
what role will data and technology play when it comes to monitoring a tree? And do you expect to communicate constantly with the brand and the customer?
Mm. We'll definitely try to put the most information out there in a comprehensive way
Mm.
through the dashboard of the brand so that they can see what they've made, what they influenced, etc. And also to the customer itself so
Mm.
that they can they'll have maybe a slide down of how much impact they made, what impact they have made through that tree planting.
Mm.
It's very important to concretely explain how their purchase impacted the planet
Mhm.
in words that they understand.
Mm.
Marketing. So yeah.
Mm. Mm. And
Mm.
when we plant trees, one big positive is to address climate change. But what are
Mm.
some of the other social benefits that you have found when it comes to planting trees?
Mm. Social benefits are huge.
Mm-hmm.
Let's take
Mm-hmm.
a village where it's a bit poorer, it's not as developed as other countries.
Mm-hmm.
They will get the finances to plant a tree,
Mm.
and potentially those trees can be fruit trees.
Mm.
So they will plant the fruit trees, and because it's not only a question of giving them jobs, but they are actually planting the food for their children,
Mhm.
they will nurture those trees
Right.
and help them develop. So it will, yeah, absorb carbon, but also give food for the local people, give
Mm.
jobs for the local people,
Mm.
inspire people to protect the thing that maintains us alive. So,
Mm.
hmm,
Very nice. How
thanks.
have you positioned forest delivery both as a marketing tool and as a
Hmm.
climate solution?
Yeah, the positioning I need to work on definitely. But it depends of what perspective. We want to position ourselves as turning a harmful industry
Hmm.
like fashion
Yeah.
into a regenerative one.
Hmm. Hmm. And this could
And I
also
need
be
to work.
extended probably into many other industries,
Yes,
isn't it?
yes. But and niching down, especially at our beginning, because we have competitors who are more developed than us.
Hmm.
But if we do everything for everyone. The competitors who are more developed than us, who have more experience, they'll choose them. But if
Hmm.
we're niched down for one specific avatar, I think they would choose us over
Hmm.
the big competitors.
Correct, correct. And of course, any brand will want to work with someone who is very highly focused, like
Yeah.
you are planning to be. What do you see as the future of sustainable fashion? And how do you see forest delivery fitting into that vision?
Can you repeat the question? I'm sorry.
There is a lot of work being done on sustainability in the fashion industry as well, where products are being used which are not necessarily uh, products. The raw material is using so much water, or they're using sustainable products. What are your thoughts on how forest delivery can fit into the fashion industry, as a sustainable input?
Mhm. Mhm. Yeah, it's very important. It's true. Companies are making an effort because of regulatory reasons, because of perception reasons, reputation reasons. They are trying to reduce their impact on the planet through waste reduction, using materials that are less harmful for the planet, more cotton, etc. And that's all very important, very, very important. And I feel it's often only about minimizing the impacts. It's about, you know, not making a positive impact and just taking off the negative impact. And where we would play a role is after the production. After the production, it literally plants a seed of good.
Okay.
It's, yeah.
Okay. And do you see yourself expanding yourself beyond fashion into other industries as well?
I can't tell the future.
Okay. So, Emery, I have time for two more questions for you.
Yes, please.
Based on all the conversations you must have had, what advice would you give to companies who are hesitant to take the first step towards sustainability?
Well, first of all, I understand their issue. Not a lot of companies are planting one tree for every product sold. They often just do what every other company is doing, CSR certifications, because of fear of trying something new. And my advice would be to A/B test. Listen, we have Earth Month. You can try on that Earth Month. Hey, everyone. Hey, clients. This month we'll be planting one tree for every product sold. And if it's something that works well, which it will, they can just expand on long term.
Okay. And my last question to you, if you weren't building forest delivery, what alternative path might you have taken for positive impact?
Often I don't give myself really an option B.
Okay.
Because I think if I have an option B, I won't concentrate 100% on option A.
Fair enough.
So I would have found some way, something to do, maybe with electricity, maybe solar panels, something. I'm not sure how, but yeah, I would have.
Wonderful.
Definitely.
But on that note, Amory, thank you for speaking to me. I think
Can I ask you a question as well?
No, by all means.
What would be an advice you would give yourself, a younger self of you?
On forest delivery?
Oh, either on forest delivery or an advice to you, but younger you.
Well, if you've chosen a passion, stay with it. There will be lots of problems. There will be lots of ups and downs. Lots of people will tell you, don't do this. But if you're convinced about it, see it through.
I like that.
But on that note, Amory, thank you so much. I think you got a great opportunity to build something really big because fashion is big, garments is big, and trees are, of course, very critical. Thank you again, and good luck to you.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you. Thank you for listening to the Brand Called You videocast and podcast, a platform that brings you knowledge, experience, and wisdom of hundreds of successful individuals from around the world. Do visit our website www.tbcy.in to watch and listen to the stories of many more individuals. You can also follow us on YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. Just search for the Brand Called You.